Dead rats don't squeak.
A real hard man you are.
More than anyone you know.
Hey YouTubers, I don't know about you, but I'm f***ing sick of weddings. We still have the finale this weekend, so I'm going to preview how the season's going to end and start my season 4 preview videos. Be sure to subscribe to get all those. First things first, let's toast the newly dead. May they come back as ice zombies to eat the Lannisters. I don't know about you, but I'm going to call the Red Wedding the television event of the year. I feel like we should just call episode 9 of Game of Thrones seasons the oh shit episode too. The finale is just going to follow up on the aftermath of the Red Wedding episode. We're going to watch Joffrey go to crazy town. We're going to see Jon Snow and Ygritte again. We're going to see Bran develop his spidey senses just a little bit more. And Sir Davos is finally going to escape the dungeons of Dragonstone. On to spoilers. Awesome job to everyone that wrote their theories for the finale in my Red Wedding video. Most of the theories revolved around the Purple Wedding and Lady Stoneheart, so I'll try to answer those questions, but let's start with Dany first. Dany has just won Yunkai, and I don't know if they made it clear in the episode, but basically the entire Yunkai army got slaughtered. That's why everyone's covered in so much blood at the end of the episode. It also fits thematically with that Red Wedding thing. So I really like where Storm of Swords has taken Dany's character. She started out in season 1 as this princess, and she's on this path of evolution to benevolent queen. Obviously, Storm of Swords, or season 3, is mostly the warrior portion of that path, so she's still in the middle of that journey. And season 4 is actually going to take her the rest of the way to becoming a queen in Meereen. More on that later. To follow up on your Lady Stoneheart questions, Thoros of Myr actually visits a certain corpse, reanimates it, and turns it into Lady Stoneheart. I'll talk more about it in my season 4 videos just because it is definitely not going to come this season. I feel like we can look forward to that in the oh shit episode next season. Here's a few things to get you ready for my King's Landing preview video. That will post next Monday with my finale video. Be sure to subscribe to get it. Back in King's Landing, Joffrey is actually going to just take a dive off the crazy board. You'll see him have a big confrontation with Tywin. We won't see the Purple Wedding till next season, so don't worry about it. I'll cover it in my season 4 preview videos. For those of you that don't know, it's actually Joffrey's wedding to Marjorie. That'll be a big part of season 4. You can think of the Joffrey-Tywin confrontation like the Hulk trying to pick up Thor's hammer. It's like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Except Joffrey actually definitely does move quite a bit in season 4. Just you wait. Let me know in the comments what you actually think this confrontation is going to be like between Tywin and Joffrey. Both the characters have big oh shit moments in season 4. One of them is definitely coming in episode 9. One of them might come a little bit earlier, but let me know what you think. It's going to be really awesome. Joffrey slap, boom! Speaking of unintentionally funny Game of Thrones moments, did anybody look at Bran when he was warging into Hodor and just think it was like his spidey sense tingling? Just to start giving you a preview of some of these characters in season 4 and beyond, Bran obviously learns a lot more about his warging capabilities. He actually learns that he can warg into anything that's alive. That includes plants and animals. If you remember the heart trees, they're actually a really cool part of Game of Thrones religions. I'll talk about those maybe in a separate video, but basically Bran is able to see through time, essentially, by warging into the trees. They actually really get into it in A Dance with Dragons, and since that's so much further ahead in the story, I won't talk about it too much in this video. How cool is it that a fantasy show about dragons and kings and magic can also incorporate time travel? During the finale, we'll actually follow up with Gendry and Davos. In the books, it's a little bit different in terms of who rescues who, but if you remember, Davos is still in the dungeons, even though Stannis offered to let him out. Gendry actually ends up helping Davos, who actually helps him in turn escape. If you remember in the books, it's actually Edric's storm that they're trying to sacrifice to raise the stone dragon, but Davos helps him escape. They're basically swapping a lot of roles with Gendry and compressing a lot of characters into one. So basically, Gendry is going to be the one that escapes in this episode. We're not really sure where he's going to go yet, but we do know in season 4 that Stannis is actually going to start taking his army towards the Wall. This is a really big deal because it's the first time that a king of Westeros acknowledges that the White Walkers exist and the Great Other is building an army to attack Westeros. So Stannis and his army at the Wall will become a big deal, especially late in season 4. It'll be part of the oh shit episode too. There'll be a big climax. I'll talk about it in one of my upcoming preview videos for season 4. Just to keep things simple, I'm actually going to separate my season 4 preview videos into 3 parts. There'll be a King's Landing video, there'll be a Wall video, and then there'll be a Dany video. Just to give you a preview of King's Landing in season 4, Oberyn Martell and Mace Tyrell will actually join the cast in King's Landing. Oberyn Martell is actually from Dorne, and that's actually, if you remember, where Tyrion sent Myrcella in season 2. They become a big part of the story in season 4 and season 5. Mace Tyrell is actually a bit of a comedic addition to King's Landing. He's the father of Marjorie and the son of the Queen of Thorns. If you remember, the Queen of Thorns actually called him a bit of a disappointment, so you can think of him as like the Edmure Tully of the Tyrells. He's also a really big part of Tyrion's story in season 4, and let's just say that their relationship does not end well. The other big character that's joining the cast is the Magnar of Fen. He's actually part of Mance Rayder's inner circle, but we didn't see him at all in season 3, and they gave a lot of his character's parts to Tormund Giantsbane. He'll be a really big part of the conflict between the Wildlings and the Night's Watch at the Wall in the Oh Shit episode next season. The Magnar will also be a huge part of Jon Snow's arc in season 4. That preview video for season 4 at the Wall will post next Thursday. So while we all wait for the season 3 finale, you can actually click here to watch my Red Wedding video again, fuck the phrase. And I'll add an annotation here when I do my season finale video that I'll post on Monday. Until then, it'll just post to one of my other Game of Thrones videos. Thanks for watching. You guys are all awesome. High fives.